What is up, YouTube? How you guys doing? I hope everyone's having a great and blessed day. Um, Starting up my YouTube channel, and I just want to give you guys my story. My name is Rashawn Taylor, born and raised out of Houston, Texas. I am 25 years old, um, and I just want to tell you guys a little bit about myself. Like I said, I was born and raised out of Houston, Texas. It was me and my brother, and my mom's, single parent household. You know how that is. Um, we came up pretty good for the most part, man. We didn't, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, we were struggling because that's just cap. I mean, we lived pretty good, but, it wasn't, we didn't live in abundance. We had everything we needed, but we didn't always get everything we wanted when we wanted it. But my mom, she's always been like an extremely hardworking person, always made sure we had what we wanted. And it's crazy because I actually picked up that hardworking mentality and drive from her. So it's kind of really dope that she was able to pass that along to me. Um, when I was younger, I was always kind of shy and timid. Really didn't want to be in the spotlight too much. But if you, said something to me, I did tell you how I feel. And man, I had no filter whatsoever when I was young, man. Like my mom still to this day has voice recordings of me when I would call her when I used to walk to the YMCA after school, and it was somebody that I ain't like. It's funny, man. I have she had voicemails of me like, just I don't like this person. This person need to get out of my face before I have to beat them up or whatever the case may be. And I'm talking about adults in their face. So man, I was wild. It was funny, but the one of my pivotal points for me in my life was when my mom came to me and she told me, she said, because I'm the younger brother, she came and told me, she said, I need you to be the example. And I kind of looked at her strange, like I was like, what you mean I need to be an example for who? And she was telling me, she told me that, I need you to be the example. You need to be the big brother. And for me at first, I was kind of like shocked. I was like, what do you mean I need to be the big brother? I'm the baby. But because my brother, he was always, he was one of those, he was too smart for his own good. So he got bored easily. So he was always in trouble, always getting into stuff, always doing something. And me being the brother I was like, man, you shouldn't be doing that. But I go right along with him, crazy. Because I didn't want him to get in trouble by himself. I didn't want him to be alone by himself. If anything happened to him, I wanted to make sure I was there to help him out, whatever the case may be. So we got a lot of whoopings together. And we fought a lot. It was crazy. We always fought. But when my mom told me that, I was like, man, I kind of took a step back and I said, well, and I was like, I think I was like 12, 13 years old. And when she told me that, I was like, okay, my mindset changed. And it was crazy to be, because now I think about it, I really did change. Like from a young kid, I kind of like changed how I thought and how I kind of moved. And I started paying attention to a lot of stuff. So I was always quiet. So since I was quiet, I could always tiptoe around and hear conversations maybe I shouldn't have been hearing, and being a part of stuff I shouldn't have been a part of. And so I just would always remember like hearing my mom having these conversations with family or friends, and um, she would sometimes tell how tired she was from working, because my mom, she's been doing this on her own for a long time. And where she worked at, after I believe it was in '08 when we went into a recession, and I remember my mom having to actually pick up a second job. And so I remember her always, always being tired, always at work. For me as a kid, I was like, well, my mom not here. I know what I got to do. I could take care of myself. But what kind of started getting to me was when she would be, I just hear her talking about how she's driving, get to a light and just pass out, man. And I always thought, I said, man, my mom's really out here going above and beyond for kids. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes we were a little bit ungrateful, not intentionally, but just being kids. And after that, I kind of just slowed myself down. I said, man, I need to really start doing differently, being better as a person, just doing a little bit more extra to help out. So I would do like little things to help her out around the house. I tried to keep my brother from getting in so much trouble and causing her a little headache, but of course that led us to fighting. And it was funny because I was always like I said, I was always timid and quiet. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of was a little bit scary. For the people that know me, believe it or not, I was scary. Like I didn't want no confrontations. But if you took me there, it was just what it was. But um, you know, it when I learned to really kind of stand up for myself, it kind of took me a little bit higher. So, now people that used to try to like bully me or pick on me or whatever, I stand up to them. And I actually started beating people up, so I really got an ego, and I was like, oh man, I'm the baddest thing since sliced bread. I don't know, something crazy like that. But I really thought I can whoop on and beat up on everybody, but it was ego. But fast forward, I've always been like an athlete. So I always played sports when I was young and carried on into my middle school years. I played basketball, ran track. Wasn't really a football person. That really wasn't my thing. I didn't like running around grabbing people. That was weird to me. But I love like playing basketball and running track. So I played all through you know, elementary, middle school, high school. I was actually put on varsity in my sophomore year, which was kind of cool to me. I thought that was a really good accomplishment, but it was what it was. I was alright. I was decent. I was decent, but fast forward into my sophomore, no, my junior year. That summer I started working because I was like, I always wanted to make my own money. I always wanted to work for just work so I can have my own. And man, the best feeling was when I got that first check. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was a lifeguard, and I just remember running through my whole check like within 2 days, and I was like, oh well, I ain't got no money. Back to square one. And it was kind of funny because my mom was like, my drive was basically to, my mom said whoever get a job first would get a car. So I was like, hey, I want my own car. I'm trying to roll like everybody else, man. I'm seeing people riding around in their cars in school, and I'm like, dang, I ain't got nothing. I'm walking. But so I was able to get a job, and I started working, and she bought me a car. I never forget. It was 92 Buick Century, square body, man. That was my ride. I went, got some beat put in it. I was shaking up the block, tearing up the block. And I was cool. I was too cool for school, and that car didn't last me long at all. I think I only had about a year, and then it just kind of broke down, and I wasn't making enough money to keep it up. So ultimately, I had to let it go. So then I remember working two jobs in my senior year, and I was killing myself, man. Like honestly, I was running track. I ran track. So as soon as I got off track practice, I went to one of the YMCA's that I started working at, and uh, after being there for X amount of hours or whatever, I go home. Then the next day, I have to go to Jack in the Box. I used to work at Jack in the Box, and I worked overnights. Well, I worked the evening to the night. Now, you ain't supposed to work, overnights, but my boss, he would ask me to, stay because he was, a little tired or whatever the case may be. He needed help on the back end. And, man, I was doing that. I was doing like 12 hours on the weekends. Like I would literally Friday night I would go into work, then stay work a double, leave there, go to the YMCA, referee and coach. I refereed soccer and I coached t-ball, and then I also refereed basketball as well. And then I would leave there, go back to Jack in the Box and work another double, and then he'll tell me, oh man, you don't have to worry about coming in Sunday. I'm like, man, I just worked I didn't work 24 hours, man. What are you talking about? Of course I didn't. I don't have to come in. What are you saying? And I remember one night that I fell asleep at the wheel, man. It was scary. Like I fell asleep for about a mile. I just remember coming off the ramp and I passed out, and I said, man, nah, I don't want to work this hard anymore. I don't ever want to have to work this hard again. So, you know, fast forward, I go to college. I went to PV 2014. PV, So, I was there, and man, I worked there I went there for 2.5, 3 years off and on. I really made the mistake I made was that I didn't really go to college because I wanted to go to college. I went to college just because I wanted, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted my mom not to be on my back about it. And I wanted to kind of appeal to other people. It wasn't really what I wanted to do. And plus, I went for a major that I had no idea about, but I wanted to do it because my cousin did it and she was pretty successful with it. So I said, you know what? Let me do that. You know, she did it, I could do it. And when I got there, let me tell you, that crap was hard. And I was like, this ain't the move. I was trying to figure it out. I was working a little bit here or there. Um, and then I kind of just walked away from it because I said, man, I'm not going to keep putting myself in debt. Because I was like, man, I'm already a couple $1,000s in. I ain't trying to keep building up like that, you know, because I ain't have scholarships. I only had student loans. Y'all know about them loans, man. They tax and they be calling me every day. I'm like, man, hey, you'll get it when you get it. But nah, I'm just kidding. I started paying that back. But yeah, so then I got to where I currently work at right now. I'm working for a medical distribution company. And I was doing really hot there, you know what I mean? Doing really well, and I'm getting all this praise. Oh, hey, you know, keep going, keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. And when the opportunity arose, I applied for 3 different positions. 2 of them were lead positions. The other one was just like a new position they made up. And I never forget, I got denied all 3. I came in second or third, and I guess in the race or the run for those positions. And I kind of just sat back and was like, well, damn, like, what am I gonna do now? Because at this time, me and my girlfriend we had a daughter on the way at the time. She's already been born now. Her name's Avery. She is so cute, man. I promise. I didn't think I could help create something that beautiful. That's another story. I'll show y'all her one day. But yeah, so I just remember asking God. I said, God, please give me something to help me take care of this little girl, because where I'm at right now isn't gonna get it done. And so I remember that was December 28th. I asked God for that. And a buddy of mine at my job, he came to me. He's like, hey man, have you ever heard of Forex? You know, because he told me about it a little bit, but I kind of brushed it off. And then I was like, for whatever reason that day, I kind of just said, okay, I'll listen. And as he told me a little bit about it, and he told me, hey, you know, I want you to come meet the guys that my friend that put me onto it. He lives downtown, high rise, whatever. I said, okay, cool. So I go meet up with him that night. Me and my girlfriend. The next night we go meet up, and you know, I'm like, man, I don't really know what's going on. You know, I don't really trust who this really is. I mean, I work with this guy, but I don't know the guy that he taking me to go see. So I'm kind of like on edge, like, man, hey, if anything pop off, anything sound, you know, a little bit, because I have a lot of trust issues. So I was kind of like, all right, man, I don't really know how this really gonna play, but we gonna see what it do. So you know, we get there, and you know, it's really laid back, chill, like, and they just kind of showed me how the platform they use to basically learn how to trade, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And so, you know, I was like, okay, well, see, in college, I almost got caught in a pyramid scheme. So I was like, okay, let me see if this really a pyramid scheme or whatever. So then they tell me about this event they're having. I'm like, all right, well, I'll come to the event. This was like December 30th. And I met my mentor, who's not my mentor. His name's Andrew Fong. He came in and he did the presentation. I actually got a little bit of time to speak to him one-on-one, and he presented me the platform and the opportunity. And so I just remember thinking to myself, man, I did ask God for something to put, you know, to help me make more money so that way I can provide for my daughter. And so with that, man, I like after hearing it, and then we kind of talked a little bit more one-on-one after, and he was like, hey man, listen, it was the realest stuff I ever heard. He's like, hey man, listen, I don't need you to make money, because I'm gonna forever make money on my own. I'm just trying to show you how to make money. And I sat back and I was like, I kind of got mad at first, and I was like, man, what the heck you say to me? And I had to draw back a bit, and I was like, man, you know what, that's crazy. He really don't need me, but he is trying to help me make money. And you know, I was like, because in trading, what you learn is that you don't need anybody to put money in your pocket, because you're gonna make money learning how to trade. But the blessing that you receive, the bigger blessing you receive, is from helping other people. And so for me, that was the biggest takeaway for me, because I said, man, had he not come along, I would have never known this. I would have never, you know, he wouldn't have been really the reason why I kind of joined in. And so once I saw the platform and once I saw how much money could be made in it, I immediately jumped in. Like, and I remember just sitting back and saying, man, you don't know nothing about this crap. Why did you do this? But like I say, I remember when I asked God for something to give me more money and, put me in a better financial situation. And I just said, you know what? That's why I did it. I jumped on it because of it. And I've been in the business now for 3 months, and it's been a true blessing. It's been crazy to see the amount of growth that I've had within the time frame I've been in this business. And so, I've just been learning every single day and building myself every single day. And it's crazy, man. The amount of growth that I had in such a short period of time is really moving to me. So, you know, we're gonna see where it goes, and I'm headed to the top because the bottom's just way too crowded. And so for everyone else that feels like they're not where they want to be in their life, find something that will help elevate you to that point, because in 2020, it's dangerous to have just one source of income. With everything that goes on in the world, it really shows you that, not even just the coronavirus stuff, but honestly, the cost of living is always going up. We always have to have another source of income, another way to make money, because if not, then we get in a sinkhole where if our job says, hey, we're closing down and that's it, what are you going to do at that point? You have no other means of income. So we're just going to be there, stuck in a rut and not know what to do. So, I just want to come on and share my story, share that with you guys, and, follow me on this journey as we go and make amazing things happen.